deliberate, I beg your pardon.
Yes, there are protocol officers who make sure that this thing goes as planned. Now you can see on your camera, as it's being shown by a camera person, Fidel, that is Deputy President William Ruto saying hi to Speaker Justin Muturi. They move on to Kenneth Lusaka, and and this is actually also very deliberate. Instead of him standing outside and waiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta, he also has to come and pay homage to the leadership of Parliament that has already come out to receive him and the president. Then immediately he finishes paying homage, he will go out and wait for President Uhuru Kenyatta, who immediately, when he comes, will first of all will have the national anthem. Then he'll inspect a guard of honor that has been mounted for him before he comes in. So we are looking at the possibility of this whole event starting probably after 3 o'clock, so that the president may take about 2 hours. The last time we were here, it took 2.5 hours standing, reading what is going to be. Most have said that this probably might be his last. Others are saying his second last. But he might also be telling us inside there what is in store for his government and what he basically has done. It's in other words, this is an opportunity for the president to tell the country what his government has been able to do. It's free publicity.
All right. And I remember the last time we were speaking, I cut you off when you were addressing the construction that's been happening in and around Nairobi. Do you think the timing of this State of the Nation address is deliberate?
It is deliberate. Remember, it is, in as much as it is called a State of the Nation address, it is political. Everybody has to put in what they have been able to do. Even when a guy comes to you trying to tell you, oh, Olive, I have seen you, I like you, they have to put in their credentials. And that is what President Uhuru Kenyatta will basically be doing today. He will be putting in his credentials and saying that this is what I have been able to do. I asked you whether you've been able to notice whether Nairobi is a construction site. The jam in Nairobi has intensified because of the development that is being able to see. However, it has been disputed by Deputy President William Ruto and some of his allies, who have been of the opinion that whatever money has been put into it did not matter, and that money could have been put in other development projects. Remember, there is the Big Four that has also been said. In every rally that William Ruto goes to these days, he's able to say that he is going to pick up on the Big Four where President Uhuru Kenyatta left it. So he feels like there is a problem, and this problem needs to be taken care of at this particular time. So he believes that President Uhuru Kenyatta got lost somewhere when he shook hands with ODM leader Raila Odinga, and that is where everything development stopped.
And actually, in the lead up to this State of the Nation address, he has suffered a number of setbacks. Of course, there was the whole BBI issue. I know a lot of people are debating on whether this is his last or his second last. If it indeed is his last, then his legacy is on the line. And the BBI process was what he anticipated would cure, quote unquote, the tumult that we experience with each and every election cycle. So how do you think he's going to address that?
Well, remember, Olive, we were here with you actually last year in November when President Uhuru Kenyatta was saying his State of the Nation address, and he had really pegged his hopes on the Building Bridges initiative. Remember, he, just as you rightly said, is that he was looking at it as the panacea to what has been ailing the country for so long. And when the courts put the brakes on the Building Bridges initiative, President Uhuru Kenyatta came out to say that he is going to do it, whether through what Parliament has said, or in any one way or another, he is going to make sure that what was espoused in the Building Bridges initiative is going to come. That we are seeing from ODM leader Raila Odinga and Ruto. ODM leader Raila Odinga has been revisiting the issues that were contained in the Building Bridges initiative, insisting that if he is elected president, there is a probability that he is going to bring them back, whether through that BBI that was being proposed or now make them into policy. And that is what he is looking into. For President Uhuru Kenyatta, he might not probably go in to speak about that particular matter now that it is water under the bridge, but he might also want to see how, or speak to how his administration in the last 8 months is going to unite the country. Remember, an election is coming, Olive, and Kenyan elections have been one of the most contested. And President Uhuru Kenyatta has been saying that they want to look for ways of seeing that they can reduce the contestation. In yourself having voted or never voted or being in the country for so long, do you think that we can have a non-contested election in the country?
Already, you can just tell from the atmosphere that the temperatures have risen. We've seen the ODM party respond to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission just this morning. Is it morning or afternoon? Addressing the letter written by the IEBC to the Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho regarding their participation in the National Multi-Agency Consultative Forum on election preparedness. So already you can tell there is already some
Contestation.
contention. Yes.
And this is likely to go on, Olive, because what I have heard even from the sentiments, I was having a chat earlier on by former majority leader in the Senate, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, and he was hailing the move that Chebukati said, and he